The thought of packing your bags and driving somewhere is pretty common. I did exactly that, and I went to West Virginia. I wanted to learn about Mothman. Is he real? Is he fake? They made a museum about him. But before I go there, I have to fuel up. There's a lot of mountains, and that can eat your gas. It's the Mothman, not friend or foe, it is Mothman. Is he real or is it pretend? West Virginia's favorite legend. Who collapsed the whole bridge? Who terrorized the citizens? Who fucked up some shit in the town Mason? It's your boy, Mothman. 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 Mothman.
I had a weird vocal encounter. I never seen anything. Like it make the hair on your neck stand up, and it was like.
He could really imitate English pretty well. He knew I wasn't really bothered by him. My other friend who had encountered him the first time really got sick of him. I think didn't like him being around, was just more annoyed. He kind of bothered the guy who was scared, you know. But his chest and shoulders were massive, and his arms too. But for his height and size, I mean, for his upper body size, he wasn't like bulky at all like that. And that's why he could move so well too. 7'2" is what I guess he was probably. When he would take off, it looked like he was going like
25,
20, something like that. Yeah.
Jeez.
You wouldn't know he was that big.
Was it basically the same size as like the Jack Link's commercial one?
I don't know what you're talking about right there.
Mothman was the reason why I wanted to come to West Virginia, but during one of my searches in Mothman hunting, I accidentally typed in moth West Virginia instead of Mothman West Virginia, and I realized that there's a lot of different types of species of moth in West Virginia. Now, when exploring the wilderness in West Virginia, you want to make sure that you have protection. This is what my dad said to me before I left the house.
Ow, shit. All right, Woo. Be careful out there. Don't bring home any big women.
Now, here are some forms of protection. One of the first things in my pocket is a flashlight. You can use it to blind a set of eyes or find your way back home when it gets too dark. The next thing is a pocket knife. Pocket knives are cool because they're a knife and they can fit in your pocket. Just make sure you know how to retract the blade. Just push that tab and retract the blade. Another knife. You can never have too many knives. And a fist for the last resort, because you might be fighting for your life and I don't want to rely on my fist because I don't know how hard I can punch. In my dreams, sometimes my punches don't do anything. Do you have this problem? Just make sure. Although this might not be the first reason I wanted to come here, this became the biggest reason I wanted to come here. Not the caves, but what the Thomas Jefferson found in these caves. You want to know what that is? Big old giant lollipop. So it wasn't a big old lollipop. It was actually a big animal. Thomas Jefferson thought it was a mountain lion, but later on figured out that it was actually a sloth, a prehistoric sloth. It weighed about 1,000 pounds and it was 10 feet tall.
Main source of food would have been trees or things from trees, so plants, fruits, those kinds of things. I don't know who found it. Specifically, it may say down there. But the important thing is that it was sent to Thomas Jefferson. And when he originally looked at it, he had no idea what it was. And
I was told like a mountain lion. He thought it was like a mountain lion at first.
His best guess was that it was from a lion because he had the claws. He would have been related to, you know, obviously today's sloths, which are much slower and smaller, but also with anteaters and armadillos.
What would be your role here at this museum?
I am a geologist. I specialize in paleontology. My favorite fossil and rock would actually be the one that's outside. A really big one that has all the crinoids in it.
What is a crinoid?
Crinoids are related to starfish, even though they look like plants. They're called sea lilies, is kind of their colloquial name, because they look like flowers. But yeah, they're related to starfish and sea urchins and things.
Can I get your name? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm Elizabeth Brinberg.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me about
You're very welcome.
What's around here. I guess, yeah, that was honestly the coolest thing. I couldn't help but feel empty inside when I left that place. So I had to go back. I had one more question to ask Elizabeth. This is the end of the journey, and I don't know if I'll ever get to talk to her again. One last question. This is just the most important question of the whole trip. What would you do if you were a giant sloth in West Virginia?
What would I do if I was a giant sloth? Sleep, eat, and make babies.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching my trip to West Virginia. I hope everything is going well in your life. And the next time you have the urge to get up and go somewhere, I hope you do. Thank you.